Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and we got our second and final sneak peek for the mid-month Moon Knight Disney Plus update. And it's not Layla, it's not the Scarlet Scarab or whatever, but it is the woman without fear, Elektra, the fearless freelance assassin. And I love the comic run that this is from. I love the look of this character, and it's got a lot of reference, of course, to Daredevil because he's the man without fear. So if you're a Daredevil fan or an Elektra fan, I think you're really going to like this edition. It's definitely out of left field because Elektra and Moon Knight don't usually team up, but they're both within that bubble, along with the Defenders, along with Punisher, the sort of heroes for hire, sort of like street level heroes group in the Marvel Comics universe. So let's go ahead to another part of this sneak peek here. Over on the forums, we get the following information. Few have fought against this superhero and survived. So she's definitely not a villain. She's helping Matt Murdock. They're working together. Daredevil and Elektra, or sort of Daredevil and Daredevil 2. Check out the new looks of this deadly mercenary who is an expert in all types of battle. I'm not going to read into the fact that they wrote looks. I think it's just a whatever kind of, not typo, but like translation thing. She's not going to be getting multiple uniforms. I highly doubt that. We will announce more details through the patch details later. What that means is that this is the last sneak peek. So there's no more sneak peeks. There's no Khonshu, no Layla, etc. For better or for worse. And the patch details should be dropping in like 24 hours or a little bit more than 24 hours from when this drops. I'm a little bit bad with time right now because I'm in Korea. But it should drop tomorrow for me around like 2-3 p.m. That sort of thing. It actually dropped earlier 2 weeks ago. It dropped at noon, which is midnight. Or sort of 1 a.m. or 11 p.m. or something like that for people on the North America on the East Coast. So yeah, but to briefly discuss why we're not getting Layla, well, why I think we're not getting Layla, to speculate on that, because I know a lot of people were hoping to see Layla, just like with Loki. A lot of people were hoping to see Sylvie, right? We're not getting that this time around, and I think the issue is kind of the same for all of them, where they're kind of pivotal characters, especially even like a U.S. agent, right? These are pivotal characters who undergo some kind of change from the beginning of the series to the end. So U.S. agent, whatever, starts out, and then he ends as kind of like an anti-hero, kind of like a Punisher type of deal where he's willing to, do what needs to be done and play dirty to get the bad guy. Sylvie, we think it's just a Tom Hiddleston clone. Turns out, all this stuff, she has a change of heart. They end up, teaming up. That kind of thing. With Layla, again, we don't know what's going on. She's just a regular character along for the, well, not a regular character, but she's along for the ride. She's sort of a mercenary. She's not quite as violent as Mark, whatever. But by the end of it, she's the Scarlet Scarab or Sacred Scarab. I'm not sure what it's called, but yeah. So I feel like these characters, what they have in common is that they're all sort of spoilery characters. Again, it's annoying because these shows have come out for months now, so I don't feel like they're spoilers anymore. But if I had to peg one similarity between all of these characters that we could have gotten but didn't, the only one that we ended up getting is Spectrum, Monica Rambeau. I can't really explain or account for that one in particular. It was still like a month and a half, 2 months after the WandaVision update, so it's possible that we could still get Sylvie in a mid-month update in a couple of months. But yeah, that's my guess, and my guess is we'll get these characters in the future, especially like U.S. Agent, when they have a movie or a TV show where they're like the featured main part of it, like the Thunderbolts or whatever situation is, or like Moon Knight season 2 or something like that. But anywho, back to Elektra. Let's take a look at the sneak peek. I'm gonna crank it up here so you guys can hear it. Really cool sneak peek. Absolutely love it. However, there's one. Did you catch it? There's a hint in here. I'll let it play one more time, and you tell me if you can see the hint. Well, we'll have two things to talk about. Okay, so here's the hint right at the beginning. If you pause it, you can see right here on this building, the lights spell out T3. So Elektra's going to be getting T3, Tier 3. Very cool. Start saving your blast book, or your speed books, excuse me, if you don't already have 10 of them saved up. One other thing to note, small criticism. If you pause it when she's holding the sai, it looks like the sai is going through her hand. I don't know if it's like in the comic, the way she ties it, like she ties it with the hand wrap. I don't know if that's a reference or if it was just like a, you know, a shortcut to animating the character to have the sai like attached to her hand rather than being like a floating sai. You know, listen, animation, rigging, motion, like all that stuff, that's really difficult to do in video games. So I'm not going to get picky about it. I don't care personally. You're not going to spend that much time looking at her hands anyways. You have like a hand fetish or something, man. But a lot of people were mentioning it and screenshotting it, so I just wanted to mention it. But what I think is more interesting, also the red moon, right? A lot of people probably missed that. She's standing behind a red moon, right? Moon Knight. So they're trying. They're trying. It's nice. It's nice. And for those of you who are wondering, before we talk about the tier 3 stuff, for those of you who are wondering what the comic series looks like, so this is Devil's Reign, where Elektra basically kind of takes on the mantle of Daredevil in order to protect the city in his absence, and then I believe also to team up with him later. I'm not exactly sure like the full details of the story, but it's really cool. Woman Without Fear. I love the look of it, and let's go save the world. And the coolest part, as far as there already being a connection to Marvel Future Fight, is that two of the variant covers at least, were done by Yi In-hyuk, who is a really talented Korean artist who actually did key art for Marvel Future Fight back in the day. He doesn't anymore. A lot of MFF key art artists have moved on to work part-time or full-time at Marvel because they're so talented, and they got their start at Netmarble doing I shouldn't say they got their start, but they were at least featured here first. So I think it's really, really cool that Lee In-hyuk is sort of getting another round of applause and sort of like hype surrounding a character that he helped make look. I mean, he didn't make the character, but like these covers are gorgeous, and it's really, I think it's just really cool. But yeah, as far as the tier 3 situation in game, it's going to be interesting to see what happens because we now have something above tier 3. So even if they don't give Elektra a tier 4, there's definitely two ways that they can do this. They can go the original route, which is just to give her a tier 3 and she stops there, and that's her ceiling for now, for whenever, and then however many months or years until she gets her tier 4. Or they could give her tier 3 plus level 80 and stop there and not give her tier 4. I'm not really expecting that latter situation, but I did want to bring it up and bring it to your attention because I think some people are definitely thinking about it. In Moon Knight's case, the sneak peeks are definitely hinting towards tier 4, and in Moon Knight's case, he's already tier 3. Like, he's transcended, which is just another way of saying tier 3, right? Like, he already has his 6th skill, and he's level 70. He already has all that stuff. So the only place for Moon Knight to go from here is up to level 80 in tier 4, right? There's no other upgrade they can give him besides just the uniform. And they don't seem to be doing that much nowadays. Like, whenever a character gets a new uniform, they're getting an upgrade, whether it's tier 2 to tier 3, tier 2 to Transcended, which again is just like another way of saying tier 3, or in Iron Man's case, now tier 3 to tier 4. So we know for sure Iron Man is getting it. We're not sure exactly what Elektra's getting, but it'll be very interesting to see. As far as the materials are concerned, we definitely don't have, and we definitely can't farm enough materials to tier 4 3 characters in a month, which is the pace that it currently would be at if Elektra got her level 80, whatever. Again, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I'm not saying this to panic you. I'm just saying that I don't even think we have the resources for 2. Which is something that I've already addressed on Twitter, especially the Carbonadium. I've already addressed that the Carbonadium drops. Like, see, I have more of the other materials, right? Carbonadium is the one that I have the least of, and I think it's the one that you need the most of. So it doesn't really make sense. You need the least of the Life Seed, now that they changed it, but I'm farming more Life Seed, and I'm farming Life Seed faster than I am for Carbonadium. So they do need to tweak the drops a little bit for tier 4 in general. They do need to buff the Carbonadium drops by, like, I would say 20 to 40%, which is what I said on Twitter. But it'll be interesting to see what their pacing is as far as Moon Knight and Elektra. A lot of people have speculated that maybe... Oh, not right now, man. Thank you, though. A lot of people have speculated that maybe they're trying to, pace it out to have one of each type. So we got Blast. Now we're getting Combat with Moon Knight. And then, you know, next month we're going to get Thor as a universal. And then maybe we'll get a Speed after that. And then they'll slow down from there. I'm not 100% sure. But I think it will be interesting to see if now we're going to be getting, you know, a tier 4 with a tier 4 and a tier 3 with every single update, right? That's huge. And then we'll have to see whenever we get the first tier 4, i.e. like a character jumping from tier 2 all the way to tier 4, because if that was the case for Elektra, then we'd see it right now. Again, I doubt it. I think we're still months away from that. But it'll just be interesting to see how they handle it, how they tackle the situation, because of resource allocation and like where you're going to invest your resources and yada, yada, yada. So yeah, let me know what you think about Elektra tier 3. Are you going to tier 3 her? We've gotten so many good speed types lately. You know, Spider-Man, both Hawkeyes, even Gwenpool's okay. And then we got, what's his name? Oh, Black Widow recently. What's her name? So we have not been lacking in strong speed types, not to mention Spider-Man, not to mention Makari, Luna Snow, right? There's so many good speed types. Some people are saying, maybe we didn't need one, but if we didn't need a good speed type, like what type would it be? You're not going to have 2 combats because that's going to take the spotlight away from Moon Knight. You're not going to have another Blast because we just got Iron Man. That leaves Universal, I guess. We have a lot of strong Universals, though. I'm not sure. Speed still seems like the way to go. But yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of that and what you think of Elektra tier 3 and the possibility of Moon Knight tier 4. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.